Morning, everyone. Today, I just want to talk about a new announcement from Google, Core Web Vitals, which Google's recently announced in 2021 is going to be a ranking factor. It's going to be one of the many metrics that it takes into account when it's ranking your website. And I just want to run through what they actually are, what that means for you as a business owner, and also why you shouldn't be too scared about it, but also what it means for kind of the grander scheme of things. I think over the next 6 months, we're going to hear a lot more about this from various kind of marketing sources, and you might start getting slightly concerned about it. So I want to try and address that now before the fear and the alarm bells start ringing too much. So Core Web Vitals is a set of 3 different metrics which now Google is analysing your website for. These are quite technical. I'm going to run through them now, but this is mostly for your developers to worry about, really. And then I'm going to talk about the impact on what this means from Google at a broader level. So the 3 aspects are LCP, FID, and CLS. So LCP is largest contentful paint, which effectively is how quickly does the main section of your website take to load? When is the bulk of the content loaded? FID, which is first input delay, is the interactivity. So when's the first time that I can actually click on something or I can interact with the website? CLS is cumulative layout shift. So that is the stability of the website. How quickly does the website load without things starting to move around? So, for example, on mobile, quite often you have it with a website where you load it up, you go in to click on something that you want to look at more, but then you get that either shifts down because of a new navigation bar that's kind of appeared. I realise this video's got very dark, it's because the sun's going in and out. You try and click on a button and then everything moves around because a new navigation suddenly loaded in where it didn't before because the website was quite slow to load. All these 3 metrics, so they've got loading, interactivity, stability, these are all essentially about user experience. These are just ways to measure how well your website loads, how nice it is to use as a consumer, and how kind of reliable it is to use as a consumer. That's what I want to kind of focus on in terms of where Google's going with this and what it's showing in the future. Without these 3 metrics, or with these 3 metrics, we're seeing Google kind of really prioritise user experience, and the SEO and user experience has always been tied together, but that's continuing into 2021, and that's not changing at all. So I think the main thing to take away from this announcement isn't necessarily anything technical that you need to do right now. You need to make your developers aware of this and make sure that you are starting to optimise your website to be a good user experience, but that should be something you're doing anyway. What we're seeing, though, is that Google is continuing as it always has to prioritise a great user experience over sites with bad user experience. So if your site has got great content, has got great loading speed, and is lovely to use, you are more likely to rank higher than someone who has got bad content, bad user experience, and the website's really slow. So that's the main thing that we're kind of seeing here is aside from the technical things and this Core Web Vitals, there'll be loads of noise about it, but it essentially shows that Google is now is acting more like a human user and acting more like your customer than it has before, and it's continuing down that path. So don't get too caught up in it, don't be too fearful of it. It's a good thing, but just make sure that you're investing in your website as a customer and investing in your website to be a good customer experience. And I don't think you'll go far wrong, even if you're not looking at the technical details too much. These 3 metrics are something that your developers need to look at. You can measure them now, and you can start making improvements now, and I highly recommend you do so. But because not only will it improve your SEO and kind of mean you're more resilient in 2021, but you're going to have a better conversion rate and just a better user experience now anyway. That's all for now. Any questions about it, please do let me know in the comments, because I know it's quite a complex thing. And I might not have explained it that well, so let me know. Thank you.